Months after we requested the text messages from the phones of key city and sewage and water board officials about the August 5th flood, City Hall released a batch of screenshots showing some key communications.
Among them, text messages between Mayor Mitch Landrieu and his chief of staff, urging him to return from Aspen, Colorado the day after. Here's investigative reporter Katie Moore.
August 5th, as the rain poured down and 911 calls started pouring in. At 4 p.m., the National Weather Service issues a flash flood warning. Mayor Mitch Landrieu is in Aspen, Colorado at a national security conference. Text messages obtained through a public records request show Landrieu first checks in with his staff about the flooding at 5:28 p.m. Is all okay? Landrieu asks his chief of staff, Brooke Smith. She replies, lots of rain and street flooding at the moment. Am on call with the Emergency Operations Center and Communications. We'll update shortly. At 5:37 p.m., Jefferson Parish Councilmember Chris Roberts texts Landrieu, not sure how bad the situation is by you guys, but all our fire departments have boats. If you guys need assistance, just let us know. Landrieu forwards that text to Emergency Manager Aaron Miller. From Jeff Parish, what's up? Received, Miller says. A rain band has stalled out, causing excessive street flooding. No reports of emergency rescues needed.
So yeah, getting anywhere in vehicle traffic right now, difficult, if not impossible.
At 6:15 p.m., as these images flashed on TV screens across New Orleans, Governor John Bel Edwards texts Landrieu, Mayor, I'm in Aspen at Democratic Governors Association meeting. You need any help with rain flooding in NOLA? Landrieu responds, we are in touch with your team and will make requests as needed. We are good at the moment. I am in Aspen as well at Aspen Institute. I have been in touch with my team, but I think we are okay. An hour later, 8:12 p.m., Landrieu forwards the governor's question to his chief of staff. From Gov, is all okay? Are we okay, or do we need help? Brooke Smith responds, over 40 reported street flooding incidents, all underpasses flooded. Aaron Cedric will do 5-6 newscasts, 4 to 6 inches of rain in parts of the city in an hour. Pumps are working, but can't keep up. No deaths or significant injuries. By Saturday night, the text messages show Landrieu's staff urged him to come back by Sunday morning. Brooke Smith texts Landrieu, we think you should take the 8:15 a.m. flight via Denver back to MSY tomorrow, planning an afternoon press avail. What happens next is unclear. The cell phone logs provided by City Hall are incomplete. What happened between those two text messages?
I don't know what if there was any other communication between them. I know for a fact that there was a lot of communication between that time between our chief of staff and Mr. Grant and the rest of our team on the capacity of our system and what we were seeing.
Just before midnight, Brooke texts Landrieu, for now we will work on getting you back as early as possible on Monday if you are in agreement. If things worsen, we'll regroup. Thanks.
And he regrets not coming back immediately. That's out of his own mouth. We don't have to add or subtract from that.
Sunday morning, 9:48 a.m. The mayor texts his chief of staff, how are we doing? She replies, we are doing well. And at 12:30 p.m., Smith once again recommends Landrieu take an earlier flight. Travel records show he was originally scheduled to leave Aspen Monday afternoon, but he ended up changing that, arriving back in New Orleans Monday at 1:30 p.m. Landrieu and Edwards weren't the only ones out of town. The text messages show former Public Works Director Mark Jernigan was on vacation in Alabama and planned to return Sunday night. On Monday, Grant texts Jernigan asking where he is, says, quote, I got an inquiry from the second floor. The second floor is the location of the mayor's office at City Hall. As interesting as what's in the texts is what isn't. Based on the records we have received, there appears to be no direct communication between Landrieu and Cedric Grant.
I want to add that because we got screenshots of these text messages, we don't know if any of them were deleted. As for the higher-up officials at the Sewage and Water Board, we've requested their text messages from that day as well. Our attorneys are working with them because they sent us the cell phone logs, but they said they can't get the text messages from the cell phone companies without a subpoena or a court order. We'll let you know how that turns out. And this is just one of many stories coming from this room, our Down the Drain investigation. You can join the conversation with us in our Facebook group, also called Down the Drain. Now back to you in the studio.